No matter what you believe, I'm here to tell you there's no such thing as a purely altruistic corporation. Corporate loyalty, lies. We're all family, lies. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I spoke with a person recently that really believes there exists out in the world selfless companies. I've been in management for various companies throughout my professional career. I've seen many corporate shenanigans, been involved and made the decisions that probably to many of you would say is unpopular. And with this experience, I can say with 100% confidence that companies cannot ever exist as selfless. Now, this video is directed to generally anyone, and in particular if you're new to the corporate world. The reason why I'm talking about this is because if that one person I mentioned earlier believes this, then there are likely others out there that do too. And I want people out there to navigate their professional lives the best they can. Yes, a business can do good things for society, definitely. But doing good things for society doesn't itself define a company to be altruistic. If anything, it is more akin to practicing good business, so long as the business practice is successful and remains profitable. If you work at a company that happens to include practices working for a greater cause, then that's great. But for people like you and I, it is extremely unhealthy, and for your future well-being, an unsafe way of thinking. Because fundamentally, a business exists to make money, and that's not new knowledge at all. We all know that. Anyone who tells you otherwise is living in some made-up fantasy alternate universe. Let's use a simple example. Publicly traded companies. As a publicly traded company, generally anyone can buy shares of stocks of these companies. You like Microsoft, you can buy a few shares of Microsoft stock. That stock represents ownership of that company, and depending on how many shares that you buy, that determines the percentage that you own of that company. So say there exists in total 100 shares of a company A, and you buy 1 share of that company's stock. You now own 1% of that company. Simple. And this is why there can never be a truly altruistic business. You see, when you buy stocks, you own a piece of the business. And as an owner of that business, what is it that you generally expect? It's for the business to do well, right? To grow, be profitable so that the business that you now own a piece of becomes worth more. The stock price is worth more. Therefore, you are worth more financially. And CEOs have fiduciary duties, meaning that by law, they are expected to act on behalf of and in the best interest of the board of directors and shareholders, stock owners, people like you and I that buy into these investments. CEOs are expected to follow 3 things: duty of care, where they must take appropriate steps to gain information before making decisions; duty of disclosure, where they must fully inform stakeholders, board of directors, and owners of any significant issues; and most importantly, duty of loyalty, acting in the best interest of the company and its owners. And therein lies the basic truth. A CEO must act in the best interest of their shareholders, not the consumers and not the company's employees, even if they're the ones that keep the lights on. And what do shareholders want? A profitable company. Now, I'm not saying that all businesses are inherently evil. No. There are companies out there with great missions and managers that do have a heart and try to do good things for the world. If you're a private business, then hypothetically, you are better insulated from the outside pressures compared to a publicly traded company. But to do so, doing great things in the world, you need money, and there's a good chance that you will have to fundraise from people that will be, nicely said, expecting your growth and success. If a business can integrate altruistic aspects into their business model, it is because they have reached a point where they're able to do so and remain profitable, and or they see doing so creates a competitive edge in the market, as long as the business is successful. Because the moment it isn't, the executive team is in the hot seat, and that's where things get very hairy. Altruism goes out the door, and it's all about the bottom line. So why am I telling you this? If you're watching this, you're probably an ambitious and serious individual and naturally works hard. And so I want you all to be aware and take care of yourself. I have worked long and hard and made lots of sacrifices to work up the corporate ladder, high and fast, and in doing so, I've seen my fair share of things, decisions made, and the reasons behind them. If you're working in a company, understand that corporate loyalty isn't guaranteed to be rewarded. You might work in a company that has great recruitment marketing, great benefits, and wonderful, supportive managers that will help you in your career. If you're fortunate to be in that situation, absolutely take full advantage of the benefits and experience, especially great people managers. But never forget that when things get tough, and they will because economics is always cyclical, altruism goes out the door. Money is king, and shareholders want it.